Hi everybody, welcome to a Crochet's Extras, and here is the very much requested one of the remaining letters for my alphabet series. And in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make the letter Z and also the letter W. Okay, so let's begin. Oh yes, also I better tell you what you need. We're going to be using a 3mm crochet hook, just like for all the other tutorials, and I've been using a DK light worsted weight yarn. That's a yarn weight of 3, and it's also a good idea to have a yarn needle and a pair of scissors as well. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so the first letter is the W, but the W is basically exactly the same pattern as the M. So what I'm going to show you now is I'm just going to edit in the previous video I did for the letter M. So if you want to follow that exactly, and then basically when you finish you just turn it upside down. So here's the video for the letter M, which we're going to turn into the W. Okay, and for the letter M, we are going to start off by chaining 16. I'm going to chain 16. Chain 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $14, 15 and 16. There we go, so I've got 16, and then we're going to do 1 double crochet in our second stitch from hook. So don't count the loop on your hook. There's your first, there's your second, hook in that second, yarn over and do a double crochet, and then we're going to do a double crochet in the next 14 as well. So next 14. So that's 1, 2, 13 and 14, which should take you right up to the beginning. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're not going to count that chain 1 as a stitch, so just ignore that, that's just a turning stitch. Then in that first stitch we're going to do a single crochet, then in the next stitch we're going to do a half double crochet, and in the next stitch we're going to do a double crochet. And this is where it starts to get a bit difficult, I suppose, because we need to work 7 double crochet foundation stitches, and to do that, first thing, the first double crochet foundation stitch we yarn over, and we're going to go into the same stitch as our last double crochet and bring the yarn through. Then we're going to yarn over and just pull through that first loop, and that creates a little chain. Then we're going to yarn over and do a double crochet as normal, like so. And that's our first double crochet foundation stitch. Then the next one we yarn over and then we go into the stitch, that chain 1 that we created on the previous one, like so. Just go into that stitch there, bring the yarn through, and then we're going to yarn over and do our little chain 1 again, so just bring it for the first loop, and then we do our double crochet as normal, like so, and that's our second double crochet foundation stitch. And then we've created another stitch here, so we yarn over and we go into that stitch we just created in our little chain 1, just like so, bring the yarn through, and then we do our next little chain 1, so just bring it for the first loop, then do your double crochet as normal. Okay, so now you've got 3, and we need to do 7 of these. So just carry on the same way, we yarn over and then we find that third stitch, just put it through like so, bring the yarn through. Remember to do your little chain one first, bring it for the first loop, then do your double crochet. That's our fourth double crochet foundation stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next one, we go into the next stitch we've created on the left, through that first loop, and I move my hook over to find the second. Bring the yarn through, and then do your little chain one, bring it for the first loop first, and do a double crochet as normal. So how many have we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to do one more. Stitch on the left side just created, and then do your little chain one and then your double crochet as normal. So you should have 7. So you've got your single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochet foundation stitches. Okay, and then when you've done those, what we're going to do is we're going to chain one again. Don't count that as a stitch. Turn, and then we're going to do a single crochet in that first stitch, then a half double crochet in the next stitch. Sorry about the background noise if you can hear it. Double crochet in the next stitch, and then we're going to do the same thing again. We need to create another 7 double crochet foundation stitches. So the first one, we yarn over and we go into the same stitch as our last double crochet. Let's go back in there and bring the yarn through, but we do a little chain one first for that first loop, and then we do our double crochet as normal. Okay, and then that little chain one creates our stitch. So we yarn over, find that little chain one, you just pop your hook for the first loop, move it over, find the other side of the loop, bring the yarn through, then do your chain one, so you've got another stitch to work into, then do your double crochet. And that's your second double crochet foundation stitch. We need 7 of these again. So that's 1, 2, 3, our next stitch, 4, remember to always do that chain one first, 5, 6, and the last one, find that last little stitch and still do your little chain one even though we won't be working into it, and then your double crochet. So another 7, so there's your single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochet foundation stitches. Okay, so then we're going to chain one and turn again. Chain one and turn again, don't count the chain one as a stitch, but in that first stitch we're going to do a slip stitch this time, just a slip stitch, and then we're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch, and then we're going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet, then we're going to chain 13, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we're going to do a double crochet in our second stitch from hook, so don't count the loop on your hook. There's first, there's a second, make sure you yarn over, go into that second stitch and do a double crochet. Then we need to do 1 double crochet in the next 9 stitches, in the next 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and that should leave you with two chains left, and in those last two you want to do a half double crochet. So yarn over, go into the second to last one, do a half double crochet, pull through all 3, then in that very last one we do another half double crochet like so, and then what you need to do is just slip stitch in that next stitch on the main. Just after that you did that single crochet, no, you did the slip stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, and that next stitch along you want to put your hook and just do a slip stitch. Okay, then just cut your yarn and bring it through, and there is your finished M. You can find the shape, there you go. So there is your finished, if I put it down you see it better, your finished M letter, you can see. Okay, so for the letter Z, what we're going to do is we're going to take our yarn, and the first thing to do is to chain 24. So you want to chain 24, okay? So chain 24. 1, 2, 3, 23 and 24. Okay, so when you've chained 24, what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 double crochet. This is in US terminology. We're going to do 1 double crochet in our second stitch from hook. And our second stitch from hook, we don't count the loop on our hook. There's our first and there's our second. So in that second stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 4. Let's go into the next chain, do a double crochet. You want to do 1 double crochet in the next 4. So 1 in that next chain, 1 in the next chain, 1 in the next chain, and 1 in the next chain. So you've done 5 double crochet so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet 7 stitches together, so that's quite a lot. But to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, we're going to go into the next stitch and bring the yarn through. So we've got our 3 loops. Then we yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops as if doing a normal double crochet, but then we're going to stop. We're going to yarn over again, then go into the next stitch, the second stitch, bring the yarn through, and then we're going to yarn over and pull it through the first 2 loops as well. So you've got 3 loops. Then we're going to stop though, and then we're going to go into our third stitch, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull for the first 2 there as well, but then stop, yarn over, always remember to yarn over, and then go into the 4th stitch. That's 4. Yarn over, bring it for the first 2 loops, then stop, yarn over, then go into the 5th stitch, next stitch which is the 5th, and bring the yarn through. Again, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, so you're ending up working with a lot of loops. But then we yarn over again, go into the 6th stitch, yarn over, pull for the first 2, then stop, yarn over for the last one and go into that 7th stitch. And then again we yarn over, pull for the first 2. Then what we need to do is we need to yarn over and pull through all these loops. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loops. And a little trick is when you yarn over, just twist your hook down and make sure it's facing downwards when you come through. Give it a little wiggle and bring it all the way through, then twist it back up. And that double crochets 7 stitches together. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 double crochet in the remaining 11 stitches. Okay, so we're going to go straight into the next stitch and do a double crochet. And we're going to do 1 double crochet in the rest of the chain, so you should have 11. So 1, next stitch 2, next stitch 3, 10, and the last one 11. The last one 11. So you've done 1 double crochet in the remaining 11 chains, which gets you right to the end. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to slip stitch, and if you've watched some of my other letter videos you would have seen this before. We're just going to slip stitch, going to put our hook for the centre of that last double crochet. So we're just going to literally put our hook right for the middle of that stitch. I don't know, seems a bit crazy. And then we're just going to do a little slip stitch like so. Then we're going to do a slip stitch in the corner, so in that last chain. And that just gets our project from that side over to that side. And then we're going to finish up, we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to do 1 double crochet in our second stitch from hook, so we don't count the loop on our hook. There's our first, there's our second. Yarn over and do 1 double crochet in that second stitch from hook. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet in the remaining chains, so that should be in the next 5. So 1 in the next stitch, 1 in the next stitch, 2, 1 in the next stitch, 3, 1 in the next stitch, 4, and 1 in the last chain and last stitch, 5. And then to finish up, what we're going to do is, moving your tail end out of the way, you just want to count a couple of chains up on this main part here. So count about 1, 2, 3 little chains up from the end and put your hook into that third one and just do a little slip stitch. It's just to get the end piece joined on like so. Then you need to just cut your yarn, pull it through, and there you have your finished Z, like so. And all that's left to do is to tie in your tail ends. So we'll get our yarn needle, and to do that all we do is thread our tail end on. And I'm just going to go, because this is going to be the front, I'm just going to go to the back like so. And because you've got a slight gap in between, you may want to sew that up. But on the back, all we do is we thread our needle through a couple of stitches and then just trim the excess off. Like so. And then repeat it for your other tail end as well. So there you go, there's the tutorial for the letter Z. Okay, so I've just tied in all my tail ends, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that quick little crochets extras. I hope you managed to follow along, and I will see you soon for some more crochet fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.